But tonight, another possible serious security breach at the heart of the Trump administration. Germany's Der Spiegel news magazine says mobile phone numbers, email addresses, and even passwords of some of Trump's most important security advisors can be found online, like National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. All three were part of the Signal group chat, where classified information on U.S. strikes against Yemen was shared with a journalist who was mistakenly added to the chat. Der Spiegel says it could have been possible for hostile intelligence services to use the information that can be found online to install spyware on the devices of some of Trump's most important security advisors. Well, I'm joined now by Roman Höfner. He's one of these Spiegel journalists who broke this story. Roman, it's good to have you on the day. Tell us more about what you found. I mean, I understand we're talking about, what, passwords and phone numbers? Tell us more.
Yes, we found actual personal, or what looked like personal mobile numbers from Pete Hegseth, from Tulsi Gabbard and Mike Waltz, as well as email addresses that seem to be still in use, and passwords even that were connected to these emails at one point and might still be eventually.
And so what is the danger here? I mean, how could this information possibly be used?
So there are different dangers. If you remember, there is the NSO group from Israel once developed a program which can just be used to send just one message to a phone and then immediately hack it and have access to the data on the phone. But there are less advanced techniques as well. You can just send very good phishing links to the emails, to the accounts connected to it, and thereby hack the phones, the devices, and the emails, and so on.
Roman, what did you think, though, when you were able to find, the phone numbers, for example, and the email addresses for the Secretary of Defense of the United States, for example? I mean, did you expect it to be so easily accessible?
No, not at all. I mean, usually it is, especially in the United States, it is rather easy to get personal data of US citizens. But I would have guessed that it would be way more complicated for high-ranking top officials in the US.
And if you were able to gain access to this information, I'm wondering, what could other more nefarious actors possibly do if they had found that information before you did?
It is conceivable that they might have found the information and already hacked the personal phones, which in part for Gabbard and Waltz were used for Signal accounts as well. We don't know whether they used their personal phones and these Signal accounts for the conversation that we are talking about. But in the end, if they were, it would be possible that they had access to everything that was written.
Yeah, I mean, we were covering this story yesterday, and I think there was talk about at least some of those intelligent bosses had been using Signal with their private smartphones, which, as I understand it, is a breach of protocol, safety protocols there for the U.S. government. What you have uncovered is a security breach at the highest level of the U.S. government. What does this tell us about how the Trump administration handles sensitive data?
So if you look especially at the data we found from Tulsi Gabbard, they were actually pretty good in removing certain kind of personal data that is available on people's search engines for her. There was still a lot of data to be found in data breaches, like hacked customer databases from apps and so on. And with that information, we could still find all these accounts and eventually the phone number. But it is not, I want to be clear on this, it is not a problem to find old data. The problem is that they still seem to be using this personal email addresses and phones for WhatsApp, for Signal, for social accounts, and so on.
So, I mean, what you're saying is, imagine if I were to become a member of the U.S. administration, it would be the same. Here's my private phone. If I were to take my private phone and start using it for official business, that's what it appears to be happening here. Have you ever seen anything like this, Roman? Because I know you've investigated, you've researched into, data issues before with other governments. Have you ever seen anything comparable to this?
No. No, I was really surprised. I was actually on vacation, lying on my bed when I started this. I just thought, like, yeah, let's try it out if I can find anything. And it was so easy to find phone numbers and email addresses. I was really surprised.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you for sharing your reporting with us, Roman Höfner from the German news magazine Der Spiegel. Roman, thank you.
Thank you.